So, Bungie's got a new game set to release on September 23rd, 2025 called Marathon. And it's supposed to be this like co-op first-person shooter, extraction shooter sort of game. Players working together in what they're calling quote-unquote crews, which I believe go up to 3 people. So potentially you'll have like 2 teams of 3 going up against each other, and they define the gameplay loop as get in, gather as much loot as you can, and make it out alive. The reception for this game is already rather tempered at best, but many are saying it looks worse than that. For example, saying it looks really boring, really bland, and uninspired, etc., etc. Well, in a Reddit post from the other day, on Sunday, April 13th, a Marathon dev came out with a statement addressing the issues that people have in his own special way, which you'll see in a moment, while also mentioning that he is a dev who also worked on the one, the only, Concord. Before we read that, let's get some more context on the public reception. Here are some of the top comments from the trailer that I was just playing. Comments reading, at the end of the marathon is layoffs. Hearing that there's a new Marathon game out and then finding out it's a team-based extraction shooter took me from such an elated high to such a depressing depth so fast that ancient Greeks are writing an epic poem about it. Art style has changed a lot since the first trailer. Back then, the teaser trailer embossed a gritty, surreal, and unforgiving feeling. An eerie one, to say the least. This trailer felt arcadey, plasticky, and casual. A very different feeling compared to the teaser trailer. This is quite conflicting, to be honest. And I love how the general vibe in the comments is that everyone's just really underwhelmed. Alright, with that context, let's hop over to the Reddit post from the Marathon dev, who's also an ex-Concord dev. And I'll be joining you over there in VTuber mode. Hopefully you saw yesterday's video where I briefly mentioned what's going on with that. But super ultra quick TLDR, I'll be doing some videos in part with my VTuber model, maybe entirely with the VTuber model, or maybe not using the model at all. It kinda just depends, but the idea is it'll help me make more videos, get more content out there. And on top of that, it can also just help me get videos done more efficiently because, to be quite frank, it's less editing when I use the VTuber model. I noticed yesterday, like I got that video done way quicker than usual. Not that my videos are highly edited to begin with, I'm not saying that. But regardless, more efficiency is still a good thing. Okay, with that all said, we're over here on Reddit with the title, Former Firewalk / Concord Dev Talks Marathon. Yeah, you know it's going to be good. Hey all, former Firewalk Studios dev here. I've been a longtime lurker for many years and rarely post to Reddit / any social in regards to what is going on with my life as a developer / artist. After reading the comments about Marathon being Concord 2.0 on Reddit, YouTube, and Twitch, I just wanted to share a little insight into what a 40-year-old man is feeling after dedicating a large portion of his life to making video games. I mean, I guess maybe, but like it sounds like what you really want to do is try and like make people like think it's not going to be Concord 2.0, right? So for the past 17 years, I've been part of some great projects. But by the way, not exactly a compelling argument to be like, it's not Concord 2.0, we just have Concord devs working on this. Continuing though. For the past 17 years, I have been part of some great projects and worked with some of the most talented people who made me the dev I am today, Many players know about Concord and what happened with that project. Concord failed to inspire players, and the messages was heard loud and clear. It was gut-wrenching to see our project fail and be the laughingstock of many online. I have learned that failure is what drives me to succeed. No one feels as bad as the people who put their time on the line, hoping it will entertain the masses of gamers across the globe. Okay, pause. Did they really think? This is kind of like a rhetorical question, but like, it's still hard to believe. I'm going to change the point, actually. It's not a rhetorical question. Here's the point. It's kind of hard to believe that any of the devs who worked on Concord ever genuinely thought like, oh yeah, everyone around the globe is going to love this. Like, maybe not everyone, but you know, gamers, massive gamers around the globe are going to love this game. My point is, how tone deaf could these people be? It's like insane. I am not asking for pity or even sympathy because after all, this is the name of the game. You win or lose.
Well, you can't expect to win them all.
Some of you probably smell blood in the water and probably want to roast me for no longer lurking and exposing myself. I hope you don't and see that people create these projects and work very hard to be the next big thing. I commend them for taking a chance, trying something foreign to them that isn't proven nor guaranteed to succeed. It takes a lot of courage. Okay, bro, so let's discuss this point right here where he's like, I hope you don't and see that people create these projects and work very hard to be the next big thing. Why do so many developers like this, like specifically it's usually like AAA devs who work on a game like Concord, they end up trying to have this like toxic positivity stuff, which is something that also got exposed to Firewalk Studios, right? That was like a big point of contention. that they had this culture of toxic positivity, I believe was the quote. And it kind of reminds me of that. It's like, oh, I hope no one says anything bad about our game. You know, we're people that work on this. How is that an actual like counterpoint of any merit? Like, hey, you're not allowed to criticize this game, this AAA game, because, you know, people work on this. It's reminding me, it's giving me flashbacks, maybe like war flashbacks from a week ago of the voice acting situation with Genshin, where all these voice actors want to, or they feel entitled to like the public supporting their cause with the whole alleged strike that they're now calling a collective work refusal, right? It's like, oh, the internet should support us. The people, the fans of Genshin need to support us. We're voice actors. We deserve their support. And these people are like, oh, we're devs. We deserve the public supporting us. It just comes off so entitled. I don't know how they ever thought this is like an acceptable thing and like a good point to constantly be making over and over again, as if it's like some sort of gotcha against criticism. And of course, the other fallback plan is, oh, when we get criticism, let's just say it's like harassment. That's always one that they like to use too. And we got this. I commend them for taking a chance, trying something I think I read this already, my bad. Foreign to them that isn't proven nor guaranteed to succeed. It takes a lot of courage. Okay, TLDR. TLDR, I worked on Concord and did my best. We came up short, but that's an understatement. $200+ million loss. Game closes in like 2 weeks, was it? It's like one of the most biggest failures in gaming. And hey guys, you know, we came up short, but we did our best. I mean, dude, if that's your best, what is like? Who would want you to work on another game? Yeah, that was our best work right there, guys. Here's now us working on Marathon. Don't forget to buy it. Like, okay, bro. We came up short. Please don't punish others for our mistake. We are all human beings. Oh my gosh, there we go again. We are all human beings who are trying to create something special, and Marathon is no different. Be kind and be cool, as video games are meant to be fun. How about stop acting like the internet police and just make a good game? You apparently have all these talented people working on it. You got Bungie's AAA money with you too. But hey, people were saying this might be Concord 2.0. And dude had to come out and apparently expose himself to make this damage control post. Very interesting. Let's sort the comments by controversial and take a look at what some of the Redditors are downvoting. We've got this one at the top, but actually first I'll read this mod post. Though we can't ever 100% confirm anyone who comes to our subreddit, this account's user history appears genuine and lines up with this post's description. I'm going to leave this post up despite the reports, as while this has a marginal relationship with the actual game, the insight it provides outweighs any potential spam or off-topic content issues it provokes. Thank you for the unique insight, OP. It is immensely appreciated. See my follow-up comment. What's that? Addendum. Oh, is this the proof? People, when I said that we can't 100% confirm anyone comes to our subreddit, I didn't mean we hadn't done our due diligence. I meant that on the internet, one can never be absolutely certain. A 30-second glance at their user profile/history, a glance I did 17 hours ago immediately validated this user's backstory via their LinkedIn to the highest burden of proof we can possibly provide on a platform like Reddit. Please stop reporting this post and DMing me about this. Okay, I find it funny how this mod is like, oh yes, this post is so uniquely insightful. Such a insightful post. It's like, bro, the glazing, it wasn't very insightful at all, really. I mean, it's hilarious to note that this guy and others may have, this guy and other Concord devs, ex-Concord devs, are now apparently working on Marathon. But like, aside from that, it's not a very insightful post at all. So I don't know. It just seems like some unnecessary glazing there. But let's see some of the most downvoted, most controversial responses, because those are going to be pretty interesting, I'm sure. To clarify what I mean, by the way, sort by controversial on Reddit. That's a thing. I think it means like posts that are getting lots of upvotes and downvotes. There's like an upvote downvote battle going on or something. Sorry, but bland, homogenized paint by number games like Concord deserve to fail. Devs need to be reminded that AAA games exist to be sold as products. If the first reaction to the game is a resounding meh, then rather than taking it as an insult or ignoring it, maybe ask why. Then put in the work to understand the reason why people are not responding to it and try to course correct before it is too late. Ignoring the issues, making self-pity posts, and hoping for the best is going to end just like it ended for Concord and Firewalk. You might not want to hear it, and this might get downvoted like crazy, but it is the truth and needs to be said. The main problem with AAA games these days is that they all try to copy-paste from each other because they are ballooning their budgets on useless tech that no one asked for. That also has the side effect of being so performance expensive that it locks out half your potential user base. Example, ray tracing. This is very performance impacting, barely makes a difference visually, and making it mandatory locks many people with older PCs out of being a potential customer. No one cares about Concord. The sales prove that. Concord is just a cautionary tale that other devs should learn from. It should be an example of what not to do. And this person gets -2 downvotes. So, quoting the OP and saying, I commend them for taking a chance, trying something foreign to them that isn't proven nor guaranteed to succeed. It takes a lot of courage. Taking a chance with what? With making another bog standard live service shooter with seemingly no campaign? Going with bog standard acid color palette? Boldly ripping off another game in the genre without an ounce of originality? Oh, I know. They took a chance with ripping off their own old IP for name recognition, while having seemingly nothing to do with it. So bold, so proud. With all due respect to the work you did on Concord, and I did assume you did your best, but that game died because it was absolutely creatively bankrupt. The game didn't have a single original thought put into it. Marathon also looks creatively bankrupt. I'll be happy if I turn out to be wrong on that, but boy will I celebrate if it brings the modern Bungie down. Conversely, though, you've got this person who says, having played Concord for a good 30 hours, I enjoyed it. Wow, that's like 20% of Concord's life right there. Good job. The person really got some hours in while he could. But anyways, look at this. We've got a response where the OP responds, says, they're really bringing out the heavy hitters for damage control, huh? The OP's like, my opinions are my own, and this is how I feel. Take it or leave it. And the response that another user gives the OP, as well as this comment right below it, bring up the point that I was basically making earlier about the lack of insight, because that moderator was like, wow, this is so insightful. So these comments read, people will leave it. You completely failed to address all the problems with these games, and you're basically just begging for people to play your terrible game because you tried hard. You got hundreds of millions of dollars and years of time, and you could not come up with something more interesting than another generic shooter, and you made it visually repulsive because of some weird man-hating ideological reasons too. And this one saying, you didn't talk much about Marathon there, pal. 3 responses. Let's see this. Oh, the OP. The OP responds, says, I didn't need to. Search all the other threads on Reddit calling Marathon as Concord 2.0. I'm not your pal, guy. What the frick? What the heck? Antagonizing potential customers that has never backfired before because it is Concord 2.0. No need to talk about Marathon. And another OP responds to this one right around here. There we go. Interesting time and place to come post this. The OP says, yeah, I sat by and watched the comments roll in while working at Firewalk. The comments are living rent-free, man. He's never going to forget what happened, the comments that people made about Concord. I had to. It's a matter of being professional. He says that this is professional. Ain't no way. I'm not going to sit idle anymore. Oh, wow. Yeah, he's not going to sit idle anymore, guys. He made this Reddit post. Watch out. We've got another OP dev response. First, the comment reading. I'm sorry, what's the point of this post? If you're trying to tell people not to be mean, then that's going to make things even worse. The OP says, to possibly illustrate that devs are human beings. Yeah, no one ever thought that before. Like, what the frick? Why you keep saying this over and over again, man? Like, I already addressed this point. I just can't believe he's still going off like that. Making a game for enjoyment. And yeah, okay, enjoyment, huh? So you're working for free? Is that what's going on here? You're just not getting paid at your big AAA company. It's all for enjoyment, you know? You should feel bad for us and support us. And possibly resonate with others' ability to have compassion and empathy. The gaslighting is real, bro. The gaslighting is real. This person says, it's like telling a bully to have sympathy. I think this person's the bully, if anything. I don't think people responding to these terrible games are the bullies. I think the corpos are the bullies, to be quite frank. They made a terrible game, Concord, and want to charge people $40 for it, and then when the game flops and people don't want to waste their money on the game, suddenly they're the problem, they're the bullies. Like, no, dude, that's ridiculous. It's not how that works. These AAA corpos constantly bash gamers whenever they get a chance. Then when their games flop, they play victim, and it's all extremely manipulative. Let's go to this comment. This may be the last one we take a look at, unless there's another interesting dev response. Can we stop pretending that devs making the most generic games imaginable are somehow bold and brave? No other job gets a free pass like game devs whenever something bombs or receives criticism. I feel like they're being babied at this point. So tired of this. Alright, so yeah, those were some of the comments sorted by controversial and the devs' responses to those comments. Let me know what you think about that stuff as well as the OP itself. As always, thank you so much for tuning in. Hope you enjoyed my coverage, and if you did, please consider liking and or subscribing. Appreciate you, and I'll see you in the next one.